Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Friday, April 12th, 2024. Welcome to the Good News Live at 9 on Facebook and available later on our YouTube channel. Please be sure to comment in the chat so we know you're with us. This is a presentation of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. Good morning, everyone. I'm Suzanne Maxey. I'm an elder at Allen Park Pres, and my co-host is Carrie Van. She's the moderator of the Deacons. She's a certified social media expert and the communications manager at Allen Park Pres. So good morning, Carrie.
Good morning, Suzanne, and good morning to everyone who's watching. I'm not looking yet, so I don't know who you are. I'll turn that on in a moment. It's so good to have you with us. It's kind of a dreary, windy day, but that's okay. We can make our own sunshine, right, Sue?
Absolutely.
All right, the first announcement is some city news. If you want to throw that graphic up, I will. There is a change in the graphic. Let me pull up our thing here.
On Facebook and available
All right, so there is a good neighbor cleanup in the city. If you're interested in helping, it's from 10 to noon, but meet in the Benny Elementary parking lot. There is something going on at the high school. They provide gloves and trash bags, and there's going to be complimentary food afterwards by the Detroit Wing Company. So what a great way to help the city. And that's through the Beautification Commission of Allen Park. And it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. Number two, something we've been looking for, and it's going to happen not this Friday, but the following Friday. Well, today is Friday, so it's kind of a windy day, so that's a blessing. We are going to have the start of the Allen Park Farmers Market, which is right across the street from the church. Goes all the way till October 25th, and usually the next Friday after that, which I wonder if that makes sense, is when we do our trunk or treat. So if you get a chance, they have new vendors, more fruit and vegetables. We talked about that on our show last week. So put that on your calendar, 3 to 7, great time, right across from the church. All right, good morning to everyone who's watching. I see Judy Martins, Andy Sauerbeck, Norma Bentley. Good morning, everyone. So we'll run through some church news, and then we'll get our guest today, who is Dave Tamsen, the Scoutmaster for our scouting troop, in to talk with him. Card making classes. There's a lot of things going on next week. The third week, there's a lot of fun activities that go on at the church. One of them is card making, and that's Tuesday in the dining room now, because there's more room to spread out, from 10 to noon on the 19th. But Linda Clark has added an evening class to see how that goes, and that is the following week from 7 to 9 on April 25th. So in order to participate, just let Linda Clark know you'll be there so she has enough supplies. The cost is $5, and that supports our food pantry. So what a great way to support the food pantry, right? Our food pantry has a beefaroni challenge going on, Sue. We're trying to fill the entire food barrel with cans of beefaroni. Chef Boyardee beefaroni. So you know me, I believe anything is possible. So we are trying to fill that whole thing. So on Monday morning, when they go to start sorting the food from the weekend, they have an entire barrel full of beefaroni. So if you're shopping, don't hesitate to pick up a can or two if you can. Game night is next Friday. That is always a really fun night. Get together in the church parlor and play board games and cards. People bring snacks if you'd like to, that would be great. Just a fun night of fellowship. Sue and Deanna normally have to kick us out the door because we don't want to leave. We love playing games. So we hope you join us. Everyone is welcome. And then we have a spring camp that is going on at Wakanda, and it is May 3rd through 5th. And registration is going pretty fast. So if you're sitting around thinking about it, you need to hurry up and sign up. It was a great camp. We had 45 people last October, and there's going to be some fun projects. We're going to be putting sand on the beach, And there are some other projects. All skill levels are welcome. No matter what you can do, we need you. So sign up. It's on our website, or you can contact me if you haven't seen the many posts I've made about it. So we would love to have you. And Judy said, look at your emails to see the food pantry needs. That is correct. That is correct. And then something we haven't seen in quite some time is PW gathering. That is going to take place in the parlor on Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's kind of an important meeting to come to, see what's going on with the PW. There's always a program and some refreshments if that hasn't changed. So all women are encouraged to come and participate.
Will also be available on Zoom if you can't drive at night. Just
All
come
right,
and I'll give you the Zoom link.
all right, that is great. There is an email address, and we'll put that in the chat later. So that's a good meeting to go to. We haven't done that in a while. We have a ChristNet appreciation dinner and a mission project that's scheduled for the 26th, and the sign up has been really slow. You never know when you pick a date if it's going to coincide with other things. So if people want to go, you have to let me know by next Tuesday. Otherwise, I may just change the date, because I'm not giving up on this, because I love doing being with the people who helped at ChristNet, and we'd be putting together care packs for our food pantry. So let me know if you can't find the link. Just go ahead and let me know. All right, can you believe it, Sue? Our last lay-led book study is happening next Wednesday. Is it next Wednesday already? Geez. And it is the Book of Confessions. This will be our 6th class. And this is entitled, it's about mission, because I know I'm leading it, and it's called Carrying Out Mission into Our 21st Century. Deanna McDonnell and I will be leading this class. You can come in the parlor live with yourself and join us. Each class is independent, so you don't need to be at the one that transpired last month. And we also have it hybrid on Zoom. So if you need the link, we will be sending that out as well. So we hope you will join us for that.
Yes, all are welcome, whether you've attended before or not.
Yep, they're all independent studies. And I believe Sue has transcripts if you ever wanted to go back and do that.
Catch up. If you
Yes.
catch up.
I cannot see the waiting room. I don't know why. Can you see it, Sue? Because it's time to let our guest in.
Yep. I will let him in. And I don't see where he's coming in. Oh no, he's been in there for.
I know
he was going to start his computer an hour early today, so make sure that everything update. Oh, there he is.
Hi, Judy Sutherland. Hi, Judy Hatch. We have a lot of Judys, don't we?
We do.
Judy
We love
Martin.
our Judys.
We love our Judys. Hi, Ken Woods. Is he entering, Sue? Because I'm actually watching the Facebook right now.
Dave, you're muted. If you can hear us. Hopefully technical difficulties aren't happening again.
I know. They always happen early in the morning when you're under stress of some sort. At least that's my experience. Hi, Patty Johnson.
Well, we have a picture of Dave, and there's supposed to be a cool story behind it too.
Yes, and we want to hear this cool story.
Yeah. He's outside somewhere. So there's supposed to be a story about the outside picture. Hello, David. Are you there?
Just got a lot of technology, right? Well, we'll give Dave a couple seconds to get going. Many of you know Dave Tamsen, because he's a local attorney. And I have met him through our scouting troop. He's our new scoutmaster. They combined a troop in with ours, and I just spent a great week working with him and all of the scouts and all the scout parents and meeting new scout parents and all the ones that I've had in the past. Yay, there we are. And it's going to be great to get to know him a little bit better. Welcome, Dave.
Hello.
Morning, Dave. We can
Good
see
morning.
and hear you.
Yay.
Yeah, sorry, for some reason, your system asked me to do something else I'm not accustomed to doing for Zoom.
Oh, goodness.
So, okay, I'm here.
We always knew it's always us. We've always got some weird thing going on. So welcome to our show. It's very nice. I was doing an intro. I don't know if you could hear me. That a lot of local people know you because you're an attorney and you're our new scoutmaster, and we're just really happy that we have this opportunity to get to know you a little bit better.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'll do a shout out before you start talking. The last night of Christnet, the scouts came in. I had been out for 2 days, and they came in to put the entire fellowship building back to the fellowship building and not a homeless shelter anymore. And when Dave walked in, there were 31 blow-up mattresses deflated that needed to fit into 5 bins. And we probably had about 5 in there. So I was about ready to start crying, but he has a special skill no one probably knows about. Somehow he instructed and did it himself and made them all fit. I don't know if anyone's ever been able to do that, but I think I would have laid on the floor crying if that had not happened. So
It's
thank you for
amazing how
that.
things never seem to fit back into what they came out of, huh?
No, it was bad. So I appreciate that and all the help that you and the scouts gave us during Christmas week. It was wonderful.
Thank you. I know the scouts really enjoyed that too.
Yeah.
It was a nice experience for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it without the scouts, because not only do the scouts provide dinner, they do the cleanup, the setup. A lot of the parents volunteer, and it's very, very much appreciated.
I don't think a lot of people realize that's a big part of our mission is to give back. And we try to do that as often and in different ways that we can.
Yes, that's why it's always good to be friends with a scouting troop, because they are always there for you no matter what. And they always do a good job with everything, and they're always so responsible. So yes, I agree with that 100%.
Have you had any experience with ChristNet before?
We actually went back in the days when they would move from church to church. We actually helped them pack up from a church in Wyandotte. I don't remember where we moved them to, but we helped them back in the day with the cots and everything, carrying it out of the basement and packing them up.
Yeah, that it was different not having the cots this year. Now they have the blow-up mattresses, which bring their whole new set of making sure they're inflated every day, but it is a little easier because you don't need to rent a U-Haul to move to the next location. So that part was great. I know that we had our Scout Sunday not too long ago in worship, and you received the Celtic Cross Award. And I know that that is a wonderful honor. Can you tell us a little bit about that award and how you felt when you received it?
Well, first I was very shocked about it when I was looking at the program, and it said, I don't remember if it said that there was another award or if it was a religious award, but I was looking at Andy Johnson and going like, well, like, what's this? And he goes, you'll see, it's all taken care of. So it's the youth can earn religious awards, but they initiate that. So there's workbooks and they work with a counselor at the church or their religious organization, and they go through the steps to earn it. For an adult to earn it, it's a very big honor because it's not anything we do physically or on purpose. There's no forms or paperwork we do. So it is other people recognizing what we do for the Scout program. And and that includes the religious upbringing, because there is a religious aspect to our program. So it's a big honor because someone realizes what you're doing, and they submit it for you. So I was very much surprised to get that.
Oh, that's so wonderful, because I know it's a secret, and I know the person receives it, on the spot, and I thought, wow, what a wonderful thing. And then with you being new in our in our scouting troop, I mean, that's really wonderful. That's just fantastic. Really fantastic.
We've heard that we got a picture of you, an outdoor picture of you, and it said that there's a story behind it. I
We
don't
want
There
to
is.
know.
what
We've
that
been
is.
waiting. We want to
There is.
know.
So my brothers, I have three brothers, and they were all police officers. So one was the chief of police in Allen Park, one was the chief in Taylor, one was a police officer in Monroe. And for a large part of my career, I was also one of the city attorneys for Allen Park. And as such, we also prosecuted. So we were all connected in the law enforcement field, and we had met a reporter, Dave Gorgon, for the News Herald at the time.
Okay.
And he always wanted to do a story about us. So when my brother Dean was retiring from Allen Park, he goes, okay, we're going to do the story. And he goes, because one of the chiefs is Allen Park and one's Taylor, I want to do a picture somewhere on the boundary lines. So he picked Pelham. So we met at Champaign Park, and there were probably about 8 police cars from the different departments and everything. And he goes, okay, we'll just drive down the road. He says, I want it on Pelham. We're going to walk down the center of the road. So he takes the other cars come out of the lot at Champaign Park, and we're driving down towards Ecorse, and he goes here. So the front cars just literally turned their lights on and pulled in front of the traffic and stopped all the traffic on that side. And the trailing cars stopped the traffic on that side. We all jumped out of the cars, and we, for about 2 minutes, we walked down the street a little bit, and then he'd go, okay, go back and do it again. We did that about 3 times. And my one brother's driving his motorcycle along next to us, and we all jump back in the cars and take off again. And you could see all the cars on the street. They didn't know what to do, because out of nowhere, we just stopped traffic for about 2 minutes and all got in the cars and disappeared again.
Oh my goodness.
So that headshot is from me walking down the street that day.
That's so wild. I mean, holidays and events in your family must have been very different with all of this law enforcement, and you being you were a prosecuting attorney. Is that what?
Yeah, that was part of our chores for only represented Allen Park. So if you got a ticket in Allen Park or something, we were the ones that were representing the city on that side.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, those must have been crazy days with hearing like family stories. I mean, you guys probably could talk forever.
Oh, yeah. And when they were all out on the road, it was interesting, because a lot of times if we were hosting things, and at one time, 3 of us all lived in Allen Park at one time. So we have different family functions at the people's homes. So it was not uncommon to have someone come for their lunch break. They'd come by in the police car, and they'd come in and have lunch or dinner, whatever we were doing, and go back out on the road back in the early days.
Yeah, wow. Are all of your brothers retired, or are some of them still with the force?
Nope, they've all retired from the police force, but because police officers can retire early, usually they're allowed to retire about 52 usually, because of the nature of the job and everything. So
Right.
a lot of them retired around that age. And then they all went on and they are doing different jobs now.
Oh,
So one's a court officer down in Woodhaven. One is working at Christ the King as a grounds supervisor, and my other brother bounces around with a few different jobs. He's down in Indiana.
oh wow. That's pretty exciting. And then you had a private practice in Allen Park as well, right?
Yes, yep, I did. So I'm officially retired now, but I say that I've got a full-time job now because I do a lot with scouting. It's just kind of filled the void. So yeah, I do a lot of scouting stuff.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, is to have hobbies that become passions. How long have you been involved with scouting, and how did we get so lucky to get you at our church and our scouting troop?
I've been involved in the program probably about 30 years. When my oldest son wanted to get into it, actually the first year he wanted to get into it as a Cub Scout, we kind of pushed it off. And then the second time he came home with the stuff from school and checked it out. And I talked to a couple of the adults there and they needed a den leader. So I volunteered and I've been in the program ever since. Um, so I have two boys and a daughter, and they actually were all in the scout program. When my wife would go to exercise on Monday, and that's what my den meetings where we met at home, and my daughter and one of my sons are twins. So I was watching her while we had the den meetings, so she did everything the boys did. But at the time, girls were not allowed to be in the Boy Scout program. They had to wait till they were 14 because there's a venture program that was co-ed and that runs from 14 to 21. So as soon as she got 14, she goes, I'm joining. So at one time, the whole family, even my wife was one of the committee members. We were all on scouts. And so I started out in Troop 842, which was out of the Methodist Church at Reek and Allen, which closed. So when they closed, we moved to Angelica for a short time. But over the years, COVID and the Cub Scout program getting less, there weren't enough scouts to keep the troop open. And I've known Andy and Rob for quite some time, and we've done some things together in the past. And we approached them about merging the two units, and we thought that was going to be a good fix. So here I am.
All right, that's
Yeah.
great. And I think this is a wonderful thing because you don't want to let an obstacle get in the way when combining. Just what's the difference? It doesn't matter where it's at, it's still the same, it's still the truth.
Yep, exactly. And it helped
Right.
them out because their unit was getting smaller too. The sizes in the units, there just aren't as many scouts involved in the program anymore, which is a shame because people think of the program as just the outdoors. But what they don't understand is as the kids are moving through the ranks, we are actually teaching them adult skills. We're teaching them how to cook. We're teaching them how to manage their life. There's merit badges on financial responsibility. So, and then they also have to take leadership positions. So we're also teaching them how to lead. We teach them how to communicate, and these are all life skills. So it's really a good program. And if people would really take time to look at it, yeah, there's an outdoor component that a lot of them enjoy, but there's a life component built into it that's really worthwhile for the kids.
Yeah, and I have seen what you just said in reality. I've been at the church for a long time. And I believe in programs like youth groups and scouts. It really makes a huge difference. And I'm sorry I'm going to tell this story again because the audience has already heard me say this. But I remember when the pandemic started, we were doing ChristNet. And I was with Connor Johnson and Will Valancourt. And as the week was going on, it was getting worse. I mean, it was right in the middle of the pandemic. And we had to finish. And so many people couldn't come because their children didn't want the volunteers to help because everybody was scared. We didn't know what was going on. There was a point when I was Connor's youth group leader and he's a scout. They were only 14. There came a point when we had been up for so long that Connor actually took over as the leader. Though I would have never gotten through the rest of that week and everything cleaned up without them and all of their parents ever. And I see the leadership in so many of them who grow up and they're different because they have those skills you talked about. They know how to cook, they know how to lead, they know how to be compassionate, they know how to fix things, they know how to. It's a big difference. And I highly recommend programs that mentor youth. Absolutely. Did your daughter finish through? Because I know girls are allowed to be in scouts now, so that is a great.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because so actually the church hosts, we have two I still call them Boy Scout units. We're actually Scouts BSA now because we have girls. But they have to be, in the older boys, they are separate. So we have a troop for the girls and we have a troop for the boys, but we operate combined.
Okay,
So both meet at the same time. The littler kids, the Cub Scout program, they do run co-ed programs. I suspect at some time, probably in the future, our program will be combined too. But so my daughter didn't finish the entire venture. She got out what she wanted to, and then when she went to college, she kind of, stepped out of the program. But she enjoyed the outdoor stuff. She really wasn't really concerned about getting the ranks. They have kind of a rank system in the venture program. She just wanted to go camping and wanted to do all the neat things that the boys were doing.
that's so
And
cool.
quite honestly, they did a lot of that stuff better than the boys did. The girls did.
Yeah, that's so cute. Oh, that's so, and I know if somebody wanted to join the Scouts, like how old do you have to be to start and how do they find you?
Okay. So Cub Scouts runs from kindergarten now up to 5th grade. And then the Scout program, Scouts BSA, we take them at 10 and a half, and they are in our program until 18. They could go into venturing. We don't currently have any venturing programs in our area, but the easiest way to do it is they can go to a Google search and just type in that they want to be a Scout, and it will take them to this thing called Scout Me In. And if they put in their area code, it will pull up units in their neighborhoods, and then the system's designed, it will send us a notice. And then we normally will respond back telling them where we meet, inviting them into to a meeting. That's one way. And then the other way is to look for open houses where Scout units are hosting an event or an activity for the public. The street fair is one of the ones. We do the Elm Park Street Fair. So if people come up and ask us, we try to help them out. And I'm also involved on the next level up, which is the district. So if someone comes up and they say that they're from Woodhaven, we try to direct them to a unit down that way.
All right, so the street fair is an interesting thing. So that I know that you give out water during the street fair normally and sell pretzels, right?
Correct.
I think.
Yep.
And so that is also an opportunity for people to stop by and talk directly to all the leaders about the programs.
Yes.
So it's not just about getting your pretzels and water. Just stop by, and I did put a link to the troop page on our website. You could start there and get Dave's contact information, and I'll look for the other Scout Me In thing and post that later. So I bet I bet at this point in time, you have not regretted your decision, because I'm sure you were very busy as an attorney and a prosecuting attorney to take on something like this. But it's when you do this type of thing with your children and other people's children, it's so rewarding.
Oh yeah, I look at them as all my kids. It's a very rewarding program.
Yes, me too. That's how I always felt about youth group. You never let them go. Even though they go off to college and then go on with their lives, they still contact you sometimes when something's going on. You never let them go. It's a whole long lifetime thing. So great. Oh. Well, we're so happy that that you have joined us and we've gotten to know you, got to know you during ChristNet. I really appreciate everything you did. You helped the deacons with our dinner, which was a lot of work. We had to go up and down stairs, and we appreciate that as well.
Not a problem. Thank you very much for inviting me here.
Alrighty, so our time is getting low. In fact, it's almost 9:30 already.
What a
Sue,
great segue into the scripture that we
I
have
know,
today.
right?
It is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train children in the way they should go. When they grow old, they won't depart from it.
Absolutely perfect scripture
Quite
for
appropriate.
today. Dave, thank you again for joining us. I appreciate it. If you see Dave around the church, be sure you say hi and find out if he could use your help in any way, because that's how it works.
It is. And if you'd like to learn more about the good news of Jesus Christ, be sure to join Pastor Tim for devotions live at 9 Monday through Thursday on Facebook. and join us Sundays at 10 a.m. for worship. It is live streamed on Facebook and YouTube, or you can come in person in our beautiful sanctuary in Allen Park, Michigan. If you'd like to be a guest with us on a certain Friday, just let us know. We will not be meeting next Friday. But please join us Friday, April 26th for the Good News Live at 9. And remember, you are a beloved child of God. God loves you, and so do we.
Thank you, everyone who's watching. Thank you, Dave Tamsen.
Thank you.
My co-host too, Maxie. Have a great day. Keep an eye on the wind. Go make sure your lids are on your trash cans. I don't think they can blow off anymore anyway. But have a good day. Be safe, and we will see you not next week, but the week after. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.